In the original Harry Potter, Harry rocks into Ollivander's looking for a wand. And upon finding his perfect match, Ollivander declares the wand chooses the wizard. Now, in everyone's golf bag is a club that, when performing well, has an almost magical quality to it, the putter. But the question I've got is, does the wizard choose the wand? Or does the wand choose the wizard?
Phil, ready to get this putter fitted or what?
Yeah, let's go. We've come to the Ping fitting studio in Melbourne to discover the magic behind Ping's putter fitting technology, iPING, try and answer the question about wands and wizards, and see if we can turn Harry Potter into Harry Putter.
Nice.
As with all Ping fittings, it starts with static measurements around height, reach, posture, and a few other basics. After all, a wand needs to understand what it's working with.
The last one here, we have preferences around blade, mid-mallet or mallet. Yeah. As you said, you've kind of used something in between recently with some toe hang, which we'll select.
But this is a preference thing, so this is where the wizard's going in thinking, yeah, I know what I need.
Yep.
I'm going to grab this and give me one of those and give me one of those.
Yep.
Before
which
this
is not necessarily correct.
Yes, where before this takes over and says, settle down, Harry. As I weaved my magic, holding putt after putt, I was becoming more convinced that I was the wizard that knew his perfect wand. But did I?
Good job.
All right, so what does all that mean and how awesome am I?
The actual level of awesomeness is fairly high, Phil. So surprisingly, you're maybe not as bad, or we can't blame your putting for all your bad golf. Not just hitting it short, maybe your putting actually is keeping it all together. That was unnecessary. A little kick in the guts there, you didn't really need it. All right. That's right. So what iPING's able to capture here is our 5 main elements of putting. Yeah. So our main one that we talk about is closing angle or arc. So how much does the putter move from square to inside, back to square and inside. The second one we talk about here is impact angle, which is club face position in relation from address to impact. Yep. Tempos, obviously the club head speed from back to through, the amount of time the club spends going back to through, dynamic lie angle and dynamic shaft lean. So those two things are obviously mostly fitting related and a little bit of stroke. Each one of these elements has this green number for you, which is great, on the end of each of the categories.
Winning?
Green is good. Green is good, amber is average, red, not so good. All right. Each of these are what we call a putting handicap statistic. So they're a measurement of consistency. So like a normal handicapping system, scratch to plus is excellent, goes all the way up to 45. Okay. Green's good, as we said, and you'll see each of these numbers here gives us those categories, and that gives us a putting handicap here of plus 2.1.
With my benchmark putting handicap set, I had to remind myself that this was the wizard, or me in this case, choosing the wand. What if, based on iPING recommendation and Matt's skill, I left it to the wand?
The DS72 model, which is a head shape designed around what Victor Hovland prefers. Yeah. This is a double bend shaft, which gives us that face balanced effect. Yep. A slightly different grip, which is a flatter front for the golfer who likes to actually use that claw grip, which you're gaming at the moment. So we're going to see if that helps you position the hand in the correct position. Yeah, good start. A little short, Phil.
No, it's not the first time I've been told that.
Story of your life.
Now, Matthew, how am I going compared to Vic?
Well, you're actually probably not too far behind in some ways, Phil. There's a big bold number up here on the screen where we see this putting handicap's improved from where we were previously at plus 2.1 to plus 4.1.
So the putter that I'd always used, that I'd probably influenced, I'm now, the wand with the technology is now telling me that I could be doing better.
Correct, yeah, exactly right. So the real key factor here we talk about is an improvement in consistency, which is what putting handicap is measuring. So you are delivering the golf club, in this case the putter, more consistently with a putter that possibly suits your natural arc better. So let's go through these couple of things. The closing angle, or the arc, has moved from on the edge of straight and slight, certainly more towards the straight. Okay, now that putter is designed to be moved more in that direction, which, whether it's the change of grip or whether it's something you've always done and haven't known, you do not arc the putter a great deal or as much as you probably thought you did, or as we did, back in the 80s.
Curious.
Curious.
Matt proudly outlined the improvements in consistency the new wand had delivered. Here I was thinking I've always known what I always needed. This changes everything.
If previously you've allowed for a certain stroke type or aimed a certain direction, it unfortunately doesn't magically mean that you'll make more putts. It means that your stroke will be more consistent, which you can tell Kipper, but on the scorecard, it doesn't always necessarily add up.
No, this is about being better than Kipper.
Don't say his name.
But I think what we can determine is that this is a measure of consistency. So iPING will deliver you the most consistent putter result.
Yes.
But if you want to get up for the funny, or that weird stuff, that's a completely different issue. This doesn't help you read green.
No, unfortunately iPING will find the putter that suits the way you stroke the putter, but unfortunately at the same time, it won't guarantee that you make more putts until we can get the start line and the speed control where it needs to be.
The wand chooses the wizard. It's not always clear why, but what is clear is that we expect great things from you on the greens.